All right, and here is our core fundamentals routine. We'll work um, the four main players of the deep inner core. So, resting on your back with your knees facing up, let's take a couple deep breaths into the belly and out through the mouth. Try to keep your mouth open this whole time. So, just relaxed jaw. So, first, we'll turn on the pelvic floor by squeezing the muscles in the deep inner pelvic floor region, like you're stopping urine from coming out. Good. Then we'll take 2 fingers. You can release that, taking 2 fingers, placing them an inch inside the hips. And then you can do a quick little cough to engage the transverse abdominis. So if you cough and you feel it contract, that's your transverse. So let's contract and release, contract and release. Good, and then try turning on both first the pelvic floor and then the transverse, and hold both of those two and relax. Good. Then we'll place the fingertips right underneath the lower rib cage, and then feel your sides pushing your fingers away from your body. So you'll feel the side right underneath the ribs contract. These are your obliques. Good, so let's start to engage all 3. The pelvic floor, hold, transverse, hold, and obliques, hold. Relax. Now into the 4th, the paraspinals. So this one's a little bit tricky to find. You can place your hands underneath your low back, and it's just the muscles in the low back regions. You can put your hands there and try to see if just with your mind and your body you can squeeze that lower back muscles without pushing your low back into the ground too much. Good, and then release. And then try contracting all 4. And then we'll lift the feet off of the ground with the shins parallel to the floor, and we'll slowly lower one toe, then the other toe towards the ground, trying to keep that same angle with the knee. So not bending at the knee, just bending at the hip. Keeping all 4 main players turned on: pelvic floor, transverse, obliques, back, paraspinals, especially in the low back. So still breathing, keep the jaw relaxed, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Good. Almost done, and then we can slowly lower the legs. Relax the muscles in the belly. A few breaths here. And then we'll prepare for the next round. Pilates 100. So let's activate 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the pelvic floor, transverse, obliques, paraspinals. Lifting one leg, then the other leg. Reaching the fingers down by the hips, and then lifting the shoulders and head off of the ground and the arms. And then we'll just begin to flap the arms up and down. As you breathe, relaxing in the jaw. Flapping those arms up and down quite quickly. Keep going. And we'll hold all those 4 main players of the core. Making sure your pelvic floor is still turned on. And release, lowering the head, resting the belly, deep breaths in through the belly, out through the mouth. Good, we'll do that one more time, this time with straight legs. So first activate all 4 players, lifting one leg then the rest. Then we'll straighten the legs at an angle and begin again, lifting the head and flapping the arms up and down. Just little movements with the arms. This engages the lat muscles in the back body. And release, lowering ahead. Deep breaths, relax. Good. Then let's roll onto our bellies. And we'll push ourselves into a lower Sphinx pose. So our elbows are underneath our shoulders. The hands are ripping the floor apart. Your head isn't hanging down, but your low back all the way up to your head's like a J curve. Good. We'll engage all 4 players of the core and then lifting the low back up towards the sky. See that you're not sinking down into your shoulders and you're not pushing too much into your shoulders. You're right in between. Your body might shake, and this is totally normal. Lowering back to the belly. Deep breath in as you stretch the belly, and then lowering your forehead onto 2 fists. Taking a few breaths into the belly. Relaxing. We'll do it again now. Again, setting up. The elbows underneath the shoulders, ripping the floor away from you, reaching the gaze towards the wall in front of you. We'll lift the low back up towards the sky, and then you can tuck the feet and raise the legs off to a forearm plank. Again, engage the pelvic floor, obliques, transverse, and paraspinals. Deep breaths, holding the floor away from you. And lowering, nicely done. And resting on the belly, forehead on fists. A few breaths here. And you can slowly push yourself back into a child's pose for a few breaths. And that is the end of your core fundamentals. Doing this every day will help to strengthen and engage those inner deep core musculature. Well done.